Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of No Oceans Travel. Today we're going to be talking about LGBTQ plus traveling, and we have our two lovely guests, Lauren and Karl, today. They'll be talking to us about just like traveling as an LGBT person. I myself, I'm part of the community. Lauren as well, and so is Karl. And Roba is a strong
Here for
ally.
the fun.
So that is what we appreciate, and we're just going to talk about everything relating to what could be a thing when you're LGBT and traveling. So.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I was originally I was a Pride Sock chairperson of DKT at the time at Dundalk IT. I would have been the chairperson for, I think it was 2 years ago. My pronouns are she, her, and at the moment I'm in the world of box office, so who knows where I'll be at this point when it goes on.
My name is Karl. My pronouns are he, him. I was the LGBT Society chairperson last year, so hopefully a good follow-up to Lauren, but probably not as well. But big shoes to fill.
Definitely. So have either of you traveled much? Okay.
Only kind of because I had traveled twice in my life. Once when I was like 10 to go to Italy for my sister's wedding, and then the second one was actually pretty gay. I went to Manchester Pride with one of my best friends. And it was horrific, just the journey, because we had no money, so we got the ferry over to Holyhead, and then we got the 5 a.m. so that was at like 12 a.m. So then we got to Holyhead in the middle of the night, and then we got the train again through Wales to Manchester.
Okay.
And it was it was like 27 degrees weather, like the heat was drastic. And at one point we were going, and I think Cher Cole was on, and I was wearing these absolute leather pants, and I had these platforms on, and my ankles, we had to leave early because I just could not handle the pain. But it was incredible. There was the only 2 times I've been out of the country, once for a very straight occasion or a very gay occasion. So
okay, so you kind of got both aspects covered there. And what about you, Karl? Have you traveled much?
Probably slightly more than Lauren, but not much. I've also gone to Italy, the UK, and some islands of Africa, which are Lanzarote. So, and Ireland, really. I've traveled the country, so if that counts.
In your travels, what country has been most accepting LGBTQ people? So, Karl, I think you're relegated to something like family holidays, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Lauren, Karl, if you have any even in like looking up research and stuff like that, have you come across any countries that would be more accepting of LGBTQ people? I know like Berlin in particular is a hotspot.
Oh, definitely.
In particular,
Berlin has been historically very open.
Yeah. Very much so.
I know Canada has been a very good one. That would be because a lot of their kind of different cities would be very good. And when I was doing research, I actually found Brazil to be really good, surprisingly, in the past couple of years.
Really?
It's gotten a lot better because we have now, I think there's like some city in Brazil that has like a really good gay community, and it's really open and nice, which I would have originally thought, because in other parts it's really not as kind of open.
Yeah.
But if I don't have I was looking at it last night and I was like, oh wow, because there's there, and then Taiwan is actually surprisingly good.
Okay.
Because they don't really have any, it's not really illegal or anything, or you could just kind of happy out. And then I think with bathrooms as well, it's nice. You're not going to get as much hassle and stuff over there, which is great.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think where, I think mostly Europe isn't as bad, like kind of like more Western Central kind of Europe is good.
Yeah.
From what I've been finding.
I think Taiwan was the first Asian country to legalize gay marriage, I think. Off the top of my head, I could be wrong.
It's still one of the ones that's totally, like, the gay marriage was only, I think, last year or the year before.
Yeah, it was very recent.
Whereas the other ones, it's not really frowned upon, but it's not also really kind of encouraged either. Okay. It's not illegal, but it's not
No one talks about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And say, actually, I would love to know, Karl, from your perspective, when it comes to like the family holidays to like Lanzarote. I know myself, it was my family holiday when I was a kid. Like, do you find those kinds of like proper like holiday destinations for the Europeans? Would you say that they're like LGBTQ friendly, or would you kind of say, oh, well, we just don't talk about it?
I mean, I do think it is quite friendly over there. Mainly because they're not looking for your sexuality, they're looking for your money. A
Fair.
lot of the time. So what they do is they will rock up to you, like all the locals will rock up and just interact with you regularly to try and get your attention or your money, or get you to go somewhere. So
they really don't care.
It majority of the time, I don't think so, but
Okay.
you could have that odd person. So
yeah. No, I get that. I get that from being there myself. It just seems very like everybody just keeps to themselves. That's kind of like the extent of it.
A lot of the time.
Would you say that being LGBTQ, and I'm actually throwing this question to all three of you, would you say it's prevented or would prevent you from traveling to certain places?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Okay.
Definitely. Like for nursing, Dubai is a really, really great country to go to earn money because they give you accommodation, you're fed. You can't really go many places because it's so hot. But thing is they aren't really huge fans of the LGBT community, so I don't particularly want to head there to work.
Yeah. No, I can understand. Yeah. How about you, Lauren? Would it kind of prevent you, or has it prevented you? Definitely.
Well, it wouldn't have prevented me just yet, but I'm thinking about it because my sister, like before college or during college, she went to Nigeria, and she went helping out and all that, and she was building houses and stuff with them, and like I would love usually like to go to Africa, go to all the different countries in Africa, but unfortunately a lot of them have the death penalty. So
wow.
Not even for marriage or anything. Like, if I got caught kissing a girl, so I wouldn't want to go at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'd love to at some point kind of go near them, but not at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah. Jack, what about you? Would it prevent you from going to...
See, the thing is, like, personally, like, obviously the people know like a lot of places are very high, like a bit bad about the LGBT community, but if anything, that would make you want to go to the places that are good about it more. And like even Berlin, like it'd be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go back to Berlin because Berlin is just a safe city for people who are gay, and that kind of makes me want to visit other places rather than certain places more. So I wouldn't say it necessarily prevents me. It just makes me want to look elsewhere to find somewhere that is accepted in that way. Yeah, I'd say that would be the way I see that.
Yeah.
Say if there were other people like you who were afraid to travel to certain places just because of them being gay, what would be a word of advice you would give them in terms of like either places you'd recommend or just ways of not even masking, but like just being safe in like a foreign place like that?
I mean, in regards to safety, obviously that comes first. And if there is somewhere that you want to go that isn't LGBT safe, my main thing to say was don't go. Just there's no point supporting that country financially or anything like that. Like there's no point. There's no point in risking safety or anything like that. So don't go. Secondly, look elsewhere to where there is a lot of safety, I suppose. So like Canada is a really big one, New Zealand, Australia, kind of bigger countries can be quite safe.
Yeah.
They can be slightly expensive to get there, especially from where we are, but it might be worth it in the long run rather than, finding something or not coming home. So,
Yeah.
No, definitely look for where is safe instead of going to where it's not safe.
Yeah.
Okay. And Lauren, how about you? Is there any advice that you'd give someone that is a member or LGBTQ that is afraid to travel because they're afraid that where they go may not be safe?
Defo. When I was doing my research, I actually found something that kind of was for even if you are going to a different kind of place. So the thing that I never thought about that I think is a really good piece of advice is leaving your itinerary with somebody else before you leave.
Okay.
It's something that you wouldn't really think about, but like having somebody else have what exactly you're doing if you do happen to go to one of those kind of not as accepting countries.
Yeah.
Just because you can have that kind of trust there and you can know exactly where you're going to just on the chance. And mostly just to remember all your documents, even if you are going to a safer country, because it mostly does depend on customs and the security, how it goes. Because sometimes you might just have a wrong security person and it can go way more awry just because of how they think sometimes. Yeah. So always having your documentation if needed and to have kind of your answers rehearsed in case you're taking any medication or anything. Because that can be questioned sometimes as well. You don't have to show them anything. It's just to say, yeah, that it is that, and that's that. And then there was another one that I had, just about security checkpoints in general.
Yeah,
it is very tough for a lot of people, just for like even just post 9/11 and all of that. It's a lot more intrusive and it's a lot more uncomfortable for people. So I would try to understand that for some countries it will be a bit more intrusive than others.
Yeah.
Which is, it's not the ideal situation at all, but it can happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen at some points.
Okay. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But mostly just taking care of yourself and being with people that traveling with people that you trust can even just be the biggest thing. And not, because if you go, it's like it'll depend on your trip, you know.
Yeah.
How it is other people and stuff.
Okay.
There was unfortunately the negative sides of it.
Yeah. No, I can understand that. And briefly, can I ask, how would you handle, say, in a foreign country that maybe English is not as strong as it would be in, like, say, European countries? How would you handle being like possibly like misgendered or somebody uses the wrong like pronouns? Now I know different languages, it's completely different, but
no, exactly. It's an awkward kind of it's not ideal, but it can happen whether you're abroad or even if, like, say they're in that country's version of passing is different to other different countries and stuff.
okay.
Mostly if you have the kind of language down, even just to unfortunately have the language with you, going with you, so that you have the certain kinds of pronouns that you can have, so you can correct people. And sometimes you might have all of the tools to correct them, but it's up to that person to then take that on board. So it can depend on the people, but always to kind of have, it shouldn't be that way, but it is handy to have even just like your correct pronouns and have them on your phone, or to have it translated on your phone so you have it on you at all times. And not even to have a kind of a badge or anything, because even then the connotations with whoever you're kind of trying to correct and stuff, it can be awkward. But usually just knowing the translation of the pronouns can be kind of the first thing. You shouldn't have to bring pronouns with you, but it can help a lot. Or even just to have kind of the direct terms of kind of what can help them, you know.
My favorite question I'm asking at the end of all of the interviews, post lockdown, where is the first place that you want to travel?
Probably not even that far.
You'd be surprised. People are like Scotland, England. They're not going that far. So
Galway City.
I'd love to go to Edinburgh Fringe. That's
that's a popular one so far. So, and how about you, Karl?
I mean, I'm heading to Cork this summer, so I don't know about the rest of you, but definitely somewhere sunny, just to get away from this. So
Yeah.
I am dying to get away, truly dying to go away.
I think everybody is just itching to be in a plane seat or a ferry or anything at all to get out of the country.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for stopping by and doing the interview with us. Much appreciated. I hope this helps someone else who is gay and a little bit worried about traveling now post lockdown. And once coronavirus all hits, or when it's all gone, it's already hit, but we can all go and enjoy our gay little holidays. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to keep
Thanks
up,
for having us.
thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And if you want to keep up to date with our videos, subscribe. We have a little bell button there that keeps you notified whenever we upload a new video. And just comment to say what you would think would be a great place to go on holidays post-COVID. So guys, thank you so much. And we'll see you next time.